feel he evolved as a fighter.
No?
He does the same. So, yeah. I mean, it's got him far, but it didn't work on me, so.
Bro, I don't want to disrespect anyone. I want to wish everybody the absolute best. I hope everybody gets in there, has a great time, leaves happy, healthy, a little bit richer.
Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero are set to clash in a highly anticipated fight, and tensions have already reached a boiling point. Their press conference in LA was nothing short of explosive, filled with bold claims, dismissive remarks, and heated exchanges. While both fighters exuded confidence, it was clear that their animosity runs deep. From questioning each other's skills to shifting focus toward bigger fights, this press conference set the stage for a thrilling showdown on May 2nd. Let's break down the key moments and statements leading up to the fight. Rolly Romero didn't hold back when he claimed Ryan Garcia was more focused on being a model than a champion. He pointed out that Garcia has consistently avoided going after world titles, even in his previous fights. This remark suggests that Romero sees Garcia as someone who prioritizes fame and image over actual achievements in the ring. By making this statement, Romero is not only undermining Garcia's credibility, but also questioning his dedication to the sport.
Well, he didn't make way for his last 4 title fights, and he didn't even try to make way with Tank, so yeah, you're not chasing a belt. But we'll see.
Despite questioning Garcia's championship ambitions, Romero showed no concern for strategy in their upcoming fight. His admission that he has no game plan was both surprising and amusing, even making Garcia laugh. This statement highlights Romero's confidence in his natural fighting instincts and power. However, it could also be a psychological tactic to make Garcia underestimate him. Whether this approach works in his favor or backfires remains to be seen on fight night.
I don't really got a game plan.
Doubling down on his relaxed approach, Romero reminded everyone that he had no game plan when he sparred Garcia 8 years ago and still managed to beat him. This remark is meant to reinforce his belief that he is the superior fighter. By bringing up the past, Romero attempts to get inside Garcia's head, implying that history will repeat itself. However, Garcia has evolved significantly since then, making it questionable whether past results will have any bearing on this fight.
Are you talking about in sparring?
Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
8.
And you think that's relevant to this fight? You think you learned something back then you can take forward to this fight?
Nah, I wasn't really trying to learn that day. I was trying to whoop. That's all.
Ryan Garcia didn't shy away from responding to Romero's taunts, revealing that Rolly wasn't even his first choice of opponent. He originally wanted to fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz, but ended up with Romero instead. By saying this, Garcia downplays Romero's importance in his career and makes it clear that he sees bigger challenges ahead. This statement also suggests that Garcia views Romero as more of a stepping stone than a real threat.
As far as Rolly as my next opponent, he wasn't my first choice for sure.
He was or was not?
No, he wasn't. It was Pitbull Cruz, but things played out a different way. But I'm really focused on just whooping Devin Haney's again. That's all I'm really worried about.
Taking things further, Garcia shifted the focus toward Devin Haney, accusing him of corruption regarding the VADA test results. He claimed that Haney's camp knew about his failed PED test before it was even announced. This accusation adds another layer of controversy to Garcia's ongoing rivalry with Haney. Instead of solely focusing on Romero, Garcia used the press conference to continue his feud with Haney, proving that his sights are set beyond May 2nd.
Not even redeem myself, but cement that bullshit fucking Austrian bullshit. You know what you probably did set up. We know you did that.
You know what happened?
Where's your little brother? Is your brother in the house? Because your brother knew before everybody else, and you don't answer that question.
My little brother right there.
Okay, so how do you know before everybody else?
Garcia's obsession with Haney became so intense that at one point it felt like Haney, not Romero, was his actual opponent. He constantly took shots at Haney and questioned the legitimacy of his victories. This shift in focus might be a strategic move to build hype for a potential future fight, but it also raises concerns about whether Garcia is truly locked in on his upcoming bout with Romero. If his attention is divided, it could work against him in the ring.
The Austrian don't help you block a left hook, bro. You got hit like 1,000 times.
Okay, so
you got dribbled off the canvas. Nothing was taken. You know damn well. Damn well.
Do not do drugs, kids.
Do not do drugs. Do not do. Okay, hey, he had that in his back pocket the whole time.
Get him.
Sensing an opportunity to lighten the mood, Romero humorously suggested that Devin Haney should take his place in the fight instead. This playful jab was a clever way to call out Garcia's divided attention while keeping things entertaining. While Garcia seemed consumed by his rivalry with Haney, Romero remained focused on the fight at hand. This moment showcased the stark contrast in their mindsets. Garcia was looking beyond the fight, while Romero seemed ready for war.
I think Devin should get the fight again.
Despite his heated words, Garcia reassured everyone that he is taking Romero seriously. He emphasized that his training and preparation are in full swing. However, even in this moment, he couldn't resist mentioning Haney, stating that their rematch is the real fight that fans want to see. This repeated shift in focus might raise concerns about whether Garcia is underestimating Romero, or if he's simply trying to set up his next big fight.
He's gonna come to fight. I'm not taking him lightly or anything like that. I'm still gonna train my best, but everybody really wants to see the rematch, and that's where my heart's at.
Romero, on the other hand, wasn't fazed by Garcia's divided attention. He confidently stated that Garcia knows exactly what he is capable of. By implying that Garcia respects his power, Romero is reinforcing the idea that his opponent won't be able to ignore him on fight night. His calm and assured demeanor suggests that he sees no need for mind games. He believes his fists will do all the talking in the ring.
Too well, so.
Garcia, however, was quick to counter Romero's confidence, firmly declaring that he will knock him out on May 2nd. His prediction adds fuel to the fire, setting the stage for an explosive fight. By making such a bold statement, Garcia is not only hyping the event, but also putting additional pressure on himself to deliver. If he fails to back up his words, it could damage his credibility as a top-tier fighter.
I just gotta, prepare well, and I know I'm the better fighter. I'm gonna knock him out, so that's it.
Doubling down on his confidence, Garcia specified that he plans to end the fight with his signature left hook. This declaration shows that he has a clear vision for how the fight will unfold. However, Romero is no stranger to facing power punchers, and Garcia will have to ensure that he can execute his plan before Romero lands something significant in return. This statement adds another layer of intrigue, as both fighters have knockout power and will be looking for an early finish.
I put Rolly to sleep with the left hook. That's it. That's what you're gonna see. Period.
As excitement for the fight grows, boxing analyst Sergio Mora highlighted the significance of the event being held in Times Square. Comparing it to New Year's Eve, he described it as an unprecedented moment in boxing history. This unique setting only adds to the magnitude of the fight, making it a spectacle unlike any other. The location alone ensures that this bout will be one for the history books, regardless of the outcome.
It's historic, unprecedented. I mean, for fighters to be outside on Times Square, we're used to seeing the ball drop in New York City on New Year's Eve. Now we're going to see boxers drop on the canvas. I mean, it's amazing. Everyone's going to have a best seat in the house if you live there.
Chris Mannix echoed Mora's sentiments, stating that the event is set to be a blockbuster. With big names headlining, he believes it will meet fans' expectations and deliver a thrilling night of boxing. This statement further emphasizes that the fight is more than just a typical grudge match. It's a massive spectacle that could set new standards for boxing promotions.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very cool to see an event right in the middle of Times Square. The card is got a lot of big names on it. It's going to live, I think, up to those expectations.
Mannix also highlighted Garcia's return to the ring after a year-long layoff. This raises questions about whether ring rust will play a factor in his performance. While Garcia has looked sharp in training, nothing compares to actual fight experience. This fight will be a crucial test to see if he can shake off any inactivity and perform at his best. If he struggles early, it could open the door for Romero to capitalize on any weaknesses.
Ryan Garcia, the return of Ryan Garcia. He is back after more than a one-year layoff, taking on Rolando Romero. Big fight there, too.
Sergio Mora raised an interesting point about Garcia's unpredictability, questioning what version of him would show up on fight night. Would he be the wild, aggressive fighter from the Devin Haney fight, or would he display a more composed, mature approach? This uncertainty adds another layer of intrigue to the bout, as fans are left wondering if Garcia will rely on his raw explosiveness or take a more strategic approach.
When it comes to Ryan Garcia, it's so unexpected. Are we going to get the wild man we saw in his last fight? Or are we going to see a new vindicated version of himself? You know, he wants to mature. He wants to become a champion. I don't know.
However, one thing Mora was sure about was that this fight would end in a knockout. He pointed out that both Garcia and Romero possess immense power and have a history of explosive fights. Given their aggressive styles and defensive vulnerabilities, Mora predicted that the fight wouldn't last more than 5 rounds. With both fighters eager to prove themselves, it's a matter of who lands first.
We are going to get a knockout because both these guys have big power. They both have explosion. They both have a lot to prove. They both know each other so well from sparring. I just think it's the type of fight that goes 5 rounds max. Someone's getting laid out flat.
Building on his knockout prediction, Mora highlighted the defensive flaws in both fighters. He noted that while Garcia has speed and explosiveness, Romero shares those same traits. The difference, however, is that neither of them is known for their defensive skills. This creates an environment where an early stoppage is almost inevitable, as both fighters will be looking to exploit each other's weaknesses. Mora ultimately leaned toward Garcia as the one more likely to come out on top.
Both these guys are vulnerable defensively. That's That's the thing. Ryan Garcia is explosive. He has speed. He has power. So does Rolly. Both of them have bad defense. Someone's getting knocked out. I think the odds are Rolly's getting stopped.
Andrew Tate also weighed in on the fight, but took a different approach. He made it clear that he wouldn't pick a side, out of respect for both fighters. Instead, he focused on his wish for an exciting, entertaining fight where everyone leaves happy, healthy, and, as he put it, a little richer. This neutral stance is rare in boxing discussions, but it added a refreshing perspective amid all the heated debates.
I don't want to disrespect anyone. I want to wish everybody the absolute best. I hope everybody gets in there, has a great time, leaves happy, healthy, a little bit richer.
That being said, Tate couldn't ignore Ryan Garcia's speed. Drawing from his own experience, he admitted that the most dangerous punches are the ones you don't see coming. He hinted that Garcia's rapid hand speed could be the deciding factor in this fight, as Romero might struggle to react in time. This observation reinforces the idea that if Garcia finds his rhythm early, he could finish Romero in devastating fashion.
But Ryan's quick, man. I'll just tell you something. Like, I remember from my fight days, I'm a bit old now, but I'm scared of the guy whose hands you can't see. Those are the ones to be afraid of.
Because they're all good fighters, but Ryan's clearly your favorite.
They're all fantastic fighters. Ryan and I are good friends, you know, so we have a personal relationship there. But I don't want to wish disrespect on anybody, or I don't want to jinx anybody. I just hope everybody has a great time. But I think when you can't see it coming.
Oscar De La Hoya then shifted the discussion to the pressures Garcia faces outside the ring. He reminded everyone that fame and fortune come with unexpected challenges. According to De La Hoya, Garcia has had to navigate a whirlwind of money, attention, and public scrutiny. The sudden rise to superstardom isn't as glamorous as it seems, and handling that pressure is a battle in itself.
Who has the world on his shoulders? It's like, it's no easy task. I always tell people who tell me, you know what, I want to be famous like you, I want to have money, I want to do this. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's not a good life. Because life comes at you so fast, and that's exactly what's happened with Ryan. It's come so fast, the money, the fame, the looks, the women, this, that.
And then it goes away so fast.
And then it goes away so fast, but then it can come back again so fast. So you have to, I think right now, just balance it all.
Despite the weight of these challenges, De La Hoya reassured everyone that Garcia is in a strong mental state. He emphasized that Ryan looks calm, focused, and ready for the fight. This statement was meant to silence any doubts about Garcia's mindset, suggesting that he has learned to manage the pressures of fame and is now fully locked in on his boxing career.
I think Ryan Garcia is in a good space. He looks calm, he looks good, and we wish for the best.
While Garcia dominated much of the discussion, Chris Mannix took a moment to analyze Rolly Romero's behavior. He pointed out that Romero has been surprisingly quiet in recent press conferences, a stark contrast to his usual loud and brash personality. This unexpected shift raises questions about whether Romero is taking a new approach, or if there are underlying doubts about his chances in this fight.
Pride was wounded by the Haney's, all right? So that's the thing. They got to get their respect back. They got to get their pride back. The only way to do that is not by beating Ramirez, it's by knocking out Ryan Garcia.
However, Robert Garcia quickly brought the focus back to the fight itself. Expressing his excitement for May 2nd, he stated that he can't wait to witness the event live. His enthusiasm suggests that this fight is bigger than just Garcia versus Romero. It's a spectacle that has captured the attention of the entire boxing world.
It happens. It's crazy. That was crazy.
What's your prediction for the main event?
Can't wait to see that fight. And I'm glad I'm going to be there because that's going to be fucking awesome.
Rolly Romero, addressing the idea of being overlooked, confidently dismissed any concerns. He stated that Garcia can focus on whoever he wants, but it won't matter in the end. According to Romero, Garcia will get knocked out on May 2nd, and only after that can he think about Devin Haney. This statement reinforces his belief that he will derail Garcia's future plans in brutal fashion.
Garcia? They can fight. I don't give a fuck. It has nothing to do with me. He gets knocked out by me, and then he goes fight fucking
Switching perspectives, boxing analyst Ramirez analyzed Garcia's skill set. He acknowledged that Garcia doesn't have the most extensive arsenal, but he maximizes his strengths to become a dangerous opponent. This insight highlights that while Garcia may have limitations, his ability to capitalize on his best weapons makes him a serious threat. Ramirez concluded that this would be a tough fight for both men. Reflecting on the first press conference, Romero noted that he was smiling the entire time. While he didn't explain why, he hinted that he understood exactly why the event unfolded the way it did. This cryptic remark leaves room for speculation. Was he playing mind games, or does he know something the public doesn't? Either way, Romero's confidence remained unshaken.
Ryan too, Ryan's a good, he's a good fighter. He's fast, he doesn't have too much tools in his toolbox, but whatever he has, he uses them really well. So, that makes him dangerous. It's a tough fight.
Romero also took the opportunity to critique Garcia's fighting style. He claimed that Garcia hasn't evolved and still relies on the same tactics he used years ago. While acknowledging Garcia's improvements, Romero dismissed his overall growth, stating that his style wouldn't be effective against him. Essentially, Romero is betting that history will repeat itself and Garcia's old habits will be his downfall.
I was just smiling the whole time. I was having a good time. So, just I think I know why the reason it went the way it did, but
why? What do you think?
I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
Garcia, however, shut down any discussions about their sparring sessions from 8 years ago. He warned that anyone clinging to the past is in for a rude awakening. Confident in his development, Garcia insisted that he is stronger and more mature than he was back then. He boldly predicted that he would dominate the fight and likely secure a knockout within 4 rounds. If Garcia's words hold true, Romero will be in for a short and brutal night.
Yeah, I think the people that taking anything from that sparring are just, they're in for a rude awakening. Rose is nowhere near as strong compared to me when I was, 18 in that gym, at +30. So, they're going to see that I'm a more mature fighter, stronger, and I feel like I'm going to beat him easy, probably knock out within 4 rounds.
With all the trash talk, bold predictions, and heated exchanges, the stage is set for an explosive showdown between Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. Their rivalry has intensified beyond just the fight, with Garcia shifting focus toward Devin Haney, while Romero insists he will be the one to stop Garcia in his tracks. The tension from their press conference in LA has only fueled anticipation for this fight, making May 2nd a must-watch event. Who do you think will come out on top? Ryan Garcia or Rolly Romero? Will Garcia's speed and power prove too much, or will Romero's confidence and past experience get the best of him? Let us know your predictions in the comments. Subscribe to Box Eye Hub for the latest boxing news, fight breakdowns, and exclusive updates on all the biggest matchups. Don't miss out. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment in the ring. May 2nd is fight night. Stay tuned for more coverage as the countdown begins.